Hello, and today we are going to start with lecture series Molecular Basis of Inheritance, lecture 5. Our topic today is central dogma. What is it? It is a sequence of events occurring inside the cell, like the DNA synthesizing the RNA, RNA synthesizing protein. These sequences are done in prokaryotic as well as eukaryotic cells. It is carried out in plant cells, animal cells, all the cells. There are scientific names given to each of these steps. That means when a DNA synthesizes RNA, then called transcription, and when RNA synthesizes proteins, then it is called as translation. In our today's topic, mainly we are going to talk about transcription in eukaryotic cells. Remember, transcription in eukaryotic cells we are going to study. DNA have two strands, we are aware of that. That is from 3' to 5' and 5' to 3'. Like that, there are two strands. There is information on the DNA molecule. Okay, the information is on this strand code, and the code is a triplet code, and the strand is called as coding strand. So you know it now. Coding strand means a strand which has the code on it. If we use the coding strand for transcription, let us see what happens. Remember, we want the same codes to be copied on mRNA molecule. This is the mRNA molecule synthesized. Are we getting the same codes? No. We wanted adenine, but here we are getting something else. We wanted thiamine, we are getting something else. That means this is a wrong mRNA strand synthesized. And therefore, let us see if can we use this strand. Now, mRNA is synthesized, and let us compare this mRNA with the coding strand. Are we getting nearly the same information copied? Adenine and adenine, same information. Guanine and guanine, same information. So we are getting the same information on this strand and this strand. So what is our understanding? That mRNA molecule is synthesized on the template strand. Okay, so two things are very much clear now, that the mRNA molecule requires template strand. That is number one. And number two, the message on mRNA is copied from the coding strand. Now next, synthesis of mRNA, that means transcription, is carried out using some enzymes. In the case of prokaryotes, only one enzyme, that is RNA polymerase, will synthesize the three types of RNA molecules: rRNA, mRNA and tRNA. But in case of eukaryotic cells, three RNA polymerase enzymes are required. RNA polymerase 1 for rRNA, RNA polymerase 2 for mRNA, RNA polymerase 3 for tRNA molecules. We are going to study The structure of RNA polymerase. The RNA polymerase have two units. Core unit. Core unit means all the elements of the core unit remains together throughout the process of transcription. That is, two alpha units bind to initiation proteins, one beta prime unit binds to DNA template, one beta unit bind to nucleotide. So that is a core units. Subunits are sigma factor for initiation of mRNA and a rho factor for the termination. Let us see how the new mRNA molecule will be synthesized. And we are aware that 3-5- is the coding strand because it has having the codes. And 3-5- is a template strand because new mRNA will be synthesized on it. Okay, so coding and template strand. Whenever anything added at the 5- end, then we use a word for that. What is that word? Upstream. And anything added at the 3- end, we say what? There is a word again for that called downstream. So 5- upstream, 3- downstream. But what is this added here? This is a short nucleotide sequence called as a promoter sequence. Promoter means what? Something is going to start from here. That is why called promoter. This promoter sequence is made by nucleotides thymine adenine. As the name of the scientist who discovered this, so it is also called as Pribno box. At the 3- downstream of coding strand and 5- upstream of template strand, terminator is attached. At this region, transcription process will get over. RNA polymerase will bind at the 3- downstream of template strand. RNA polymerase is the main enzyme by which a mRNA molecule is going to be synthesized. Sigma factor, that is the initiation factor, will attach to the RNA polymerase enzyme. Why it will attach? It works to push the mRNA molecule. It works to push the enzyme RNA polymerase. And you can see the RNA polymerase starts sliding on the template strand. And because of this, once the RNA polymerase goes, the sigma factor will get separated. You can see again. Look. RNA polymerase starts moving and the sigma factor will disappear. And wherever the RNA polymerase will go, mRNA molecule will bind to it. RNA polymerase reach to the terminator region and the mRNA strand will also reach to the terminator region. Rho factor will attach to the RNA polymerase. And therefore, rho factor and polymerase will get separated and a new mRNA molecule will be synthesized. This mRNA molecule is an inactive mRNA molecule and hence it requires activation. The mRNA molecule has functional units called exons and non-functional units called introns. Non-functional units, we are going to remove them, and that process is called as splicing. The introns are removed and exons are joined back. This is splicing. In the second step, capping will be done. Capping means attaching some molecules at the head region. 5' is the head part of the mRNA molecule. Methyl guanosine triphosphate will be attached to the 5' region. And the third step is tailing. At the 3' end, polyadenylate residues will be attached. So this is the process of transcription. So what did we study in transcription? We studied first central dogma. Then we studied the template strand is used to synthesize mRNA molecule. We studied the structure of RNA polymerase enzyme, uses of sigma factor and the rho factor, and the other 3 steps like splicing, capping and tailing. Finally, active mRNA is synthesized. Thank you.